Hey, good morning or good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Soapbox Slam. I get on my soapbox and I talk about the things I see going on. Tonight is the State of the Union address by President Biden, and then there'll be a rebuttal address by the Republican Party. I just want to be clear. Number one, I do not support any of the politicians we have today. All parties are crooks. They are crooked, rotten, nasty people stealing from us. And so I do not think that there is a Republican or a Democrat that I think has a noble cause or noble agenda. Nonetheless, President Biden will be giving a State of the Union address. And I want to be clear why, number one, I have such an anti-Biden, anti-democratic stance. First of all, I have an anti-democratic stance or Democrat stance because I think the economy is crap. Not only do I think the economy is crap, I think inflation is running rampant. And while many of the politicians, particularly Democrats, want to say, oh, the inflation rate has slowed down or stopped, that does not mean inflation has stopped, because the price of goods continue to climb. Everything is insanely expensive, and American prosperity is dwindling, if not non-existent. There's no wage increase that directly corresponds with inflation. I feel like the number one thing you can do to knock inflation out is if there was a quid pro quo law that said for every percentage of inflation that occurred, the dollar wages would increase. Wages would increase the same percentage, and put the pressure back on the companies to stop raising prices for no freaking reason. But nonetheless, so inflation. I do not support the Democrats and their rampant uncontrol of inflation. I do not support the Democrats because I don't believe in an entire energy system dependent upon electricity. Absolutely not. I do not agree. I do not support that. That is the wrong agenda to me. Regardless of whether or not you think climate change exists or not, whatever the case, depending upon electricity as the only source of energy for residential people, to me, is a death sentence. And that is an agenda that the Democrats push. I am not with it. I cannot co-sign. I cannot co-sign the Democrats and Joe Biden because I do not agree with the Israeli war. I do not believe that Americans should continue to pay their tax dollars and give it to Israel. I do not agree. I do not support Israel. I do not support Zionism. We have given enough support to that country for years. We are not the ones that gas chambered them. We are not the ones that executed them. We are not responsible for what happened to them. We don't owe them reparations, but that's what we're paying. For what? And why do we continue to pay them when all they do is wage war on people and are separatist, segregated, racist? I say racist because it's truly one of the one times that I truly believe in using that word to describe that state. And I'll define that. Racism is about superiority, and the Israeli people think because they are the only chosen people by God out of 400 billion people on the earth, they are the only people in the world that God loves. That's it. You Christians, Muslims, nobody else is worthy, according to them. That is their belief, and they ingrain that brainwashing belief in all the people. Now, that is the epitome of racist. Superiority, believing you are superior than others. There is nothing more superior than to think that your God and that God is only going to shave and choose you. Not Christians, not Muslims, only Jewish people. That is racist. So I do not support Biden and the Democrats because they support racism and they support Israel, and I do not support that. I mean, that's 3 reasons right there I don't support the Democrats. But let me continue, okay? I don't support the so we said inflation. We said the Israeli war and giving money to Israel. The go green, completely electric dependency. Not with it. Don't care for it. Don't agree with that. As an energy policy, I do not agree with Americans being dependent upon one source of energy. I cannot co-sign with the Democrats. I cannot co-sign with the Democrats because of their immigrant issues. I do not co-sign. Now, all of these things are what the Democrats are in power now. None of these things are anything that the Republicans are going to do differently. And as it comes to immigration, let's not get this twisted. I don't hate or despise the immigrant people that are coming here. They're beautiful people. Tons of them are beautiful people. But the bottom line is the Republicans and the Democrats are bringing them in so they can keep wages down. They're bringing them in so that they don't have to force companies to increase wages and force companies to increase the standard of living. So by doing that, they get all these people to work these low-wage jobs, and they get them into the country, and they keep the wages and standard of living stagnant. And so that's why they are adamant about allowing the immigrants to come in. So I mean, people should not be mad at the people who are coming. I'm not mad at the people who are coming. It's unfortunate that they are coming. I am mad at the fucking representatives, particularly the Democrats, who have co-signed and enabled and forced this to happen. It is because of that we do not have higher wages. It is the reason for all of these people coming in and the illegal immigrants coming in that we do not have higher standards of living. It is the reason we do not have better health systems. It is the reason, 100%. And they want that. They want that so that the companies and corporations do not have to pay higher wages, because Americans who have been here for generations knows it requires higher wages and more money to maintain the system that we have going on in the United States now. But if they bring in a bunch of people who are not Americans and they're immigrants and everything else, they will work for less money and quote unquote, they won't be a problem. So that's 4, almost 5 reasons why I do not support the Democrats. Not that the Republicans are going to do any better, because let's not get it twisted. The Republicans also allowed the immigrant issue to come in as well. They absolutely did. And they wanted that, again, for the economic reasons. That's why Donald Trump is an outsider on the Republicans, because Donald Trump is like, I don't agree with that. And the people in America are like, no, stop that. It's not that people, maybe there's a small segment of people who don't like Latin Central American people because they don't like the people themselves, but it's not an issue about a dislike towards the people. I need people to understand that's not what people are hating. It's not human beings per se. It's actually a misguided anger, and it's anger at the people who are coming because they keep coming, when the real anger needs to be turned towards the Democrats and the Republicans, both parties. But I'm not going to support the Democrats on this election. Absolutely not. And so it'll be interesting to hear what lies and what deception the Democrats will say at the State of the Union address, and it'll be even more interesting to see the Republican rebuttal. But let's not be confused about this as well. The Republican rebuttal is not about setting forth an agenda or setting forth a platform that can steer the country in a different direction. Absolutely not. All it's going to be is just a critique and criticism of Joe Biden. And I mean, we already know Joe Biden is too old, and we already know Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, we already know this, and we already know that he's destroyed the economy. Well, it's not just him. The entire House of Representatives and the entire Senate destroyed our economy. They did it, not the president. These representatives, these elected people, destroyed our economy. They destroyed it. That is why we are not prosperous. That is why I don't support the Democrats. It's also why I don't support the Republicans. I am an independent, but I am also a person who vehemently and adamantly supports the overhaul of the entire House of Representatives and the entire Senate. Kick them out. Reform the fuck out of all of them. And vote for write-in new people. But don't vote for the people who are there. Because they have sold us out. And it'll be very interesting to see what the representatives say in tonight's State of the Union address. Have a good day. Do well. Work hard. And do an act of kindness to a person that you meet today. One act of kindness to somebody that you've met today. Okay? Have a wonderful day.